Oh, I am so glad you are with us tonight. I am delighted that you've registered for this. It's important to know. It is very important to know that what you learn and what you gain through this simple teaching on better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. Think of that title again, Better Relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. I hope that you'll get a pen and paper. I hope that you'll be taking some notes and really trying to process this, who you are, where you are at your place in life. And so I really want this to be a memorable time where you will look back on what you're gaining from this experience together in this webinar for you to understand that it really is valuable and it's an equipping. It is helping you absolutely have more solid foundations, better perspectives for your actionable process. Now, first of all, I just want to say this. Are you ready? Is the timing right for this? Are you ready to have better relationships in the different categories, the different areas of your life? In your family life, better relationships. In your relationships life, and relationships life is so many different categories of that. One would be your partner, your romantic relationship. So I want you to understand there's so many things that we cover in this better relationship through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices will be helping you in each of these different areas. But in your family life, in your relationships life, in your work life, in your parenting or extended family life, and in your financial life. Tonight, I'm going to share with you three most significant, hear those words, three most significant perspectives that will add so much value to your success. I love sharing things that someone can receive, write it out, and sort of they personally self-customize it for themselves. So I'm very, very, very anxious to share this in a way so that you will go, I got it, but I want more of that. I got it, but I want more of that. I want you to remember, it's exciting for us. There's a couple of words that I just hope you'll almost put these words, these two words need to be in your bathroom mirror. These need to be on your car visor. These need to be beside your makeup. What are those two words? Focus forward. Focus forward. And I want you to really have an awareness that this teaching on better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices is really going to help you have a continuity with these new perspectives that are really going to be valuable. First of all, maybe you would write this down, but what causes common sense to fail? Wow, think of that. What causes common sense to fail? Several things. If you're doing notes like I teach in my seminars, capital letter A, too many things happening at once. Too much clutter, too many things happening at once, too many things going on all at the simultaneously same time. So too many things happening at the same time. B, no understanding of the outcomes desired. There wasn't a plan. There wasn't a plan and a process and a vehicle. There needed to have been better preparation toward that. So B, there was no understanding really of the outcome desired. Here's where we're wanting to go. So I want you to really start thinking in terms of really a catch. C, little preparation that causes preventable problems to happen. And I want you to really have it where through this teaching, you are better prepared. You are better prepared for better relationships with your common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. Do you know that one of the most valuable assets that you already own, that you already have, that you already possess, that you already own the potential to expand the wealth of your life? Do you know that? What is that? Courtesy. I want to ask you a couple of questions about courtesy. Courtesy, when you're thinking of better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. But I want to give you a couple of questions on courtesy. Question number one, is it the truth? Is it the truth? Is it the truth? Number two, is it fair to all concerned? So I want you to really be operational in your courtesy in these different categories of your life on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. Now, I want you to see something, because I want to restate these different areas and categories of your life, that the better relationships with common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. So I really want you to have a much better awareness of exactly what it is and why it works that way. What it is and what your outcomes can be if you're better prepared. So I really want you to see that. I want you to understand those two questions. If you're looking at courtesy, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Wow. I mean, that puts you at a higher level, at a higher place of integrity that is absolutely so valuable, so very, very valuable. Now, I want you to think of the ability, your new ability, to meet others' needs with kindness. Your new ability to meet others' needs with kindness. It is so important. It is just so important with kindness. And I want to share a little thing with you that the valuable truth of this. I mean, so many kids have learned the great little, the reality of the golden rule. Golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's so spiritually valuable. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And that's so classic and it's so true. But also I want you to write down golden rule versus or contrast with platinum rule. What's the platinum rule? Platinum rule is do unto others as they would want to be done unto. Think of that. Step back a little bit and hear that again. Platinum rule. Do unto others as they want to be done unto. Do unto others as they want to be done unto. So I want you to think about that. Well, it may have been your history in the past or your operational process with golden rule, which is so valuable. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's so classically true. But the platinum rule, do unto others as they would want to be done unto. So I want you to see that. And in harmony with that beautiful little song that we used to always, and still do, teaching in vacation Bible school at church or whatever. But this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And so I want you, when you're thinking of your courtesy, I want you to live that song in your daily life. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. When people see you, do they see kindness? Do they see courtesy? Do they see those two questions that we just shared and talked about? Do they see, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? I hope so. So many of you are in such a focus-forward growth process. Remember, better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. Better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. It is so vital to understand that people are in their current place in life because of proficiencies or lack of proficiencies in some of these understandings and how to achieve some of these outcomes. So I want to share with you the third jewel tonight of the gifts, courageous choices. Courageous choices. Now remember, let's look again. When we look again at the different areas of the life, what are the areas of our that we're talking about? Family life, courageous choices, doing the right thing. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Is there an integrity walk associated with it? Is it the right thing to do? your family life, in your relationships. Now, part of what I want you to really see is that when you're looking at golden rule in your relationships versus platinum rule, golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and it's so truthful and valuable, but also different perspective. Platinum rule is do unto others as they would want to be done unto. So when we talk about courageous choices, there are choices that you'll need courage in, and some of these choices that you make not only affect you, but they affect your relationships with these others in these other categories of your life. And so I want you to have the servant's heart and the servant spirit. I want you to have the willingness to love, the willingness to encourage, the willingness to support, the willingness to uplift, and the willingness to try to have it where you are available, you are present, you are there. And it is a courageous choice, so that when you go out of your way to help others' outcomes be improved in their life. Remember, better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. So make sure that for your own circumstance, you put a little checklist of what those courageous choices would look like. What do those courageous choices look like in terms of your family life? What is the continuity? What are the boundaries? What are the boundaries? What are the loving stipulations? What are the relationship rules? It is so important to honor others. It is so important to understand that you will have much better relationships when you're really operational yourself with common sense, courtesy, and those courageous choices. It's important to have a small reteach. When we looked at tonight, when we look at the three most significant perspectives that will add so much value to your success, that first significant perspective, common sense. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Why does sometimes common sense seem to fail? Too many things going on. So much clutter, so much chaos, so much crisis. So many people live from crisis to crisis to crisis to... And so what you've got to understand is, hey, let's step back, let's look, and how can we be doing this in a more supportive way? How can we be doing this for better outcomes? So remember, when we talked about what causes common sense to fail, too much clutter, too many things going on at one time, people living from drama to drama to drama, crisis to crisis to crisis. So try to have it where there's far less of those sort of confrontational processes. Do your best to have it where there are rules and boundaries, and there's love, and there's support, and there's harmony, everything that you can do to really have it where you do walk your talk. You do walk your talk, and you are what you teach, and you are what you really respect from others. It is so valuable for you to have a plan. Remember one of the things that we said, what causes common sense to fail? Too many things happening at one time, so much going on, so much drama or this or that or whatever, but also no understanding of the outcomes that are being desired. You got to have a plan, you got to have a process, you got to have a vehicle, and you really have to have the awareness of checklist. Okay, here's what to do, and here will be how to do that. What is the teaching? What is the teaching, the understanding of the teaching? How much repetition is required in the practicing of the teaching for it to become a habit? It is so valuable to have it where you understand that so many of these skills that we're discussing right here, and they're absolutely valuable in different perspectives in each of these different categories of your life. So I want you to understand that one of those things that causes common sense to fail, so little preparation that causes preventable problems to happen, to occur. And so make it where that little thing that you've heard me say so many times, and I didn't make this up, but it's part of the public domain. This is public domain as far as I know. Cavett Robert always said it, so I just have loved it forever. But the words, care enough to prepare. Care enough to prepare. Care enough about these better relationships in your family. Care enough about these better relationships in your relationships in your life. Care enough so that you're better prepared in your work life. Care enough to prepare. One true thing. And when we're talking about preparation, knowledge is what you know. Wisdom is what you do with what you know. It is vital, vital, vital to understand what's expected and what's expected in a supportive way. I really love, a lot of people had, there's countless thousands of books that have been written on painful childhoods and painful growing up and painful relationships in life. And those are valid and true. But I want you to know that lives can be improved. Lives can, if you just take a minute to step back and look at who you are. What do you stand for? How reliable are you? Are you a reliable resource? How reliable are you? And do you have an absolute checklist? Is there preparation involved? Care enough to prepare? And what is your level of preparational process so that it's a habit? You want to have it so that it really is a habit for you to always be kind. Kindness and courtesy. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Make sure that that's part of who you are. And I love, here I am, a veteran of life at this point, but I still love that little song. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. And so you need to be your own personal, special DNA light of who you are and what you're all about. I urge you to really, really, really sort of take an inventory of the things about you that you are glad about, you're proud of. These are qualities, traits, or characteristics that are honorable and noble. But what are some of those areas in your life that you would like to intentionally improve upon? What is that part? And who would be a reliable resource that you could trust? You could have exposure to that content, and then you could customize it for yourself, and so it becomes yours. And you spaced repetition enough, you apply it enough, you walk it out, and that becomes part of your new truth. It is vital, vital, vital to have these sweet, loving relationships. Remember, better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. I want to talk to you about those courageous choices. I want you to look in the rearview mirror of your life. I want you to look in the rearview mirror of your life of what's a list of top 10 things that you are proud of. You know you did that, and that's a heart achievement. See, I love heart achievements. I love heart achievements. A guy wrote a book one time, Shad Helmstetter, on self-talk. And, one of the things that I have done for so many years, I've got my own David Cooper self-talk. When you've flown over 9 million miles doing seminars, well, there's been an awful lot of Holiday Inn 3:30 wake-ups. But I love the fact that I have the call to go off, and I put the phone far enough away from me that I really have to reach for it, and you get the wake up, and then so I'm laying there in the bed by myself. My elbows are right under me, and then I start laughing. I'm laughing, cracking up, and then I go, wow, I get to be David Cooper all day. You need to have fun with who you are. You need to have fun in your journey of your everyday life. Tell you a little quick true story. So often I'm sent to Kroger to go get this or get this or get this. Now, when I go into Kroger, there's so many people there that are employees there. Well, they don't know my name. They don't know my name. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I do. But do you know what I like to do? Hey, good to see you again, and wave. Or sometimes there will be one, and I'll go, wow, now that is a beautiful smile today. Congratulations to you. I love a great smile. And so what I'm saying is try to do the unexpected happies in others' life. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. I hope you will. And I hope as you make your list for courageous choices, I hope that you'll look at some of those as things that you know you do well. And I hope that you'll also put part of your list of courageous choices, some things that you would love to see yourself improve, that you would love to see a new teach, that you could acquire that, spaced repetition, implementation. You know, we always say, here's what to do, here's why we do it that way, here's how to do, means scripts, how to do it, here's when to do it. So I want you to really look at where you are in life. Look in that rear view mirror. Look at the things you're so proud of. And then as you look at your future, these are all things that can be valuable. They can be helpful. They can be helpful for you to have new perspectives and new actionable steps to take as you're doing your new best to have better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. When you're making that list of those courageous choices, have something that you're proud of, that you have chosen wisely, and make a part of that as also things that you would love to see improved. You would love to see improved. Knowledge is what you know. Wisdom is what you do with what you know. Years ago, I was doing a seminar, and I was talking about don't take rejection personally. And so I was doing this seminar, and I said, don't take rejection personally. Protect your heart, protect your feelings. I said, everyone wants to be a pro. And I said, well, let me just throw out to you what I think to be a pro, P-R-O, a pro really represents. The pro is the person who has all the hassles, obstacles, and disappointing frustrations, yet continues to persist, does the job, and makes it look easy. Wow. As you look at your current place in life, that little snapshot, an MRI, so to speak, of where you are in life. You look in your rearview mirror of what your journey has been, but you're looking what the future can hold, and what are the new skills that you'll need to learn so that you are in the learning and growing process. Remember, the pro is the person who has all the hassles, obstacles, and disappointing frustrations that others also have, yet continues to persist, does the job, and make it look easy. So as we are about to close, I just want you to truly see something. Better relationships through common sense, courtesy, and courageous choices. As you're making your self-customized list in these different areas of your life, I hope that there will be some things that you'll be very proud of, very proud of. And it's not cocky to take ownership of skills and proficiencies and intentions that are honorable and noble. Goodness, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. So I hope that as you are looking at this little light of yours, I hope that you'll be looking at that with grace and confidence and a new courage as you're making these new courageous choices. All right, everybody. David Cooper, I love you. Thank you for being with me.